Fundamentally, I came up with a strategy that was like I don't know if any of you are gamers, but like basically playing a healing spec, but as a tank role. So like imagine, for example, I don't know, taking a like what you would consider like a healer, but then like gearing it towards DPS, some shit like that. That was basically the name of the game. So everyone was calling me wacky, everyone was calling me crazy, everyone's saying Teriak, there ain't no way this is gonna work and all this shit. And this is like in the actual discourse and all this shit. Like the whole community was against me. Sure enough, when it came down, your boy got it done, right? And again, the reason why I'm bringing this up is it's one of those moments where, and why I bring up Job as well, is the like, are you willing to be the adversary? Because when you stand against the group, when you stand against the prevailing theories and what you would consider your boys, like you're not going to be idolized and oh, this is so wonderful and all this kind of shit. You're going to go through a lot of suffering. Like a lot of people are going to flip that word and then they're going to say, you are the devil. You like anything you say is wrong. You are the monster. You know what I mean? I'm not like, and they don't listen to a single word you have to say. So even though I was giving like the actual logic and like the strategies behind the whole build, all the shit, they didn't want to hear it. So I got kicked out of the community. I was like, fuck this. You know what I mean? Then I went off, kind of like, what would be the word? Exiled, kind of went off like on my own way. Like, especially for TBC, just kind of sat back, chilled, and all that kind of shit. And then came Wrath of the Lich King, right? And Wrath of the Lich King, I went full DPS because I knew that there was basically a macro you could have where it just automatically did the rotation. You know what I mean? So I was like, might as well get that, am I right? So push that, and the whole thing is that they again, the same community came back at me. I was like, no, this guy's talking shit. Like, there's no way that this would actually be competitive DPS. And I was averaging like 95% parses. So like top 5% of players in the world. Just pressing one button, using one macro. And again, came out to be that the whole community went against me. This guy is just trying to give Paladins a bad name. All this kind of shit. All this demonization, but like not actually addressing the fact that they have the logs right in front of them as well. Long story short, essentially, completely like not even allowed back in Discord, all this kind of shit. And fast forward to modern day WoW, you'll see they've now added this feature called the one button feature. And it's basically you just press this one button and it will automatically do the rotation. And they've done the test and it turns out, yeah, technically it's only 80% of the max possible damage you're doing, but that's better than 90% of the player base. Turns out your boy had that little bit of inspiration. So long story short, this whole aspect of Job ties into it mainly from this aspect of if you are going to pursue the truth, if you're going to pursue the logos, if you're like setting yourself on that noble path, you have to prepare yourself that you're going to be demonized, slandered, like fucking. It's not going to be an easy path. There's going to be a lot of suffering that you need to go through. But again, the main message to dig deep, keep the faith, like trust your logic, trust your basis, and to proceed through with that. Because, I mean, man, like imagine. It sounds a bit fucked up, but imagine like actually putting yourself in Donald Trump's position. Like when you're like you literally have the goal here where it's like I'm just trying to save this country, and next thing you know you have all these legal cases where it's like completely unjustified. Like it's bookkeeping issues essentially is what it boils down to. Like that's one dynamic. Then in the media, you're being portrayed as the second coming of like 1940s Germany, of the Yazis, all this kind of shit. That ain't nice either. You know what I mean? And then to top it all off, he's catching strays even. You know what I mean? And that's why I keep pointing back and keep saying it's like, even if you say like that, like this, even if you say you're an atheist and you still have to say, oh, but Teriak's interpreting the Book of Job correctly, then even as an atheist, you have to have respect for this story because it's just as I explained. You know what I mean? It's like you need to be able to question what's going on. And once you have that plan, that you have the courage or convictions to stick through it, no matter how painful it gets, because the truth shall set you free. You know what I mean? So, like I said, that's a little bit of lore in terms of like how we started off all the stuff, and so people call me a nerd all the times. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we got our boy William. He does not have enough. He needs more. And we will give it to you, William.
I gotta get a Greenstein or a Rosenblatt of my very own. Nothing else has worked so far, so I'll wish upon a star, wondrous dancing speck of light.